check, 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 check. And that one's a plain rice there. The rice has been cooking for a while. And they put the toppings in for the final cook. Today we're going to make a sticky rice clay pot using chicken, preserved pork, and Chinese sausage. So this is a different way to use the clay pot. So let's give this a try. So we're going to do chicken clay pot rice. We're using glutinous rice. We're also going to add a little preserved pork and Chinese sausage to each clay pot. So we put 1 cup of glutinous rice. So 1 cup will make 2 orders. So each order is about half a cup. So we're going to wash the rice first. So just wash the rice 3 or 4 times until the rice is clear. So I've got half a cup of water in the clay pot. Put the lid on and bring the water to a boil at low to medium heat. When you see the steam come out, the water should be boiling. So be very careful, it's very hot. So it's half a cup of rice, but because the rice expands, it works out to maybe slightly more than half a cup. So make sure all the rice is covered by the water. And cover with a lid again. Okay. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Add a teaspoon of chicken base or chicken flavor. Add a teaspoon of sugar. We have brown sugar or cane sugar here, but you can use just plain white sugar if you have it. And then add a teaspoon of cornstarch. Then add about half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Chicken using a pair of chopsticks or fork. So give the Chinese sausage and the preserved pork a good rinse in cold water. You can slice the preserved pork to put in the clay pot. You can buy this in Chinese supermarkets. Sometimes they come in packages, sometimes they're just hanging in the open. Also slice some Chinese sausage to put in the clay pot. You can slice it thin or thick, depending how you like it. So it's been about 8 or 9 minutes right now. So we're just going to check the water. So the water, there's quite a bit of water in the rice. So we're just going to leave the rice as it is. Sometimes when there's too much water, it might get a little soggy. So we're just going to try it this way, see how it turns out. We're at about 12 minutes right now for the 1 clay pot in the front here. There seems to be quite a bit of water in there, so I'm going to put a few holes in there. I'm also going to add the dried pork and the Chinese sausage. So put a few more holes in there. Help the cooking speed. So cover with the lid again. We're at about 17 minutes right now for the clay pot. So it's looking pretty good. Usually you add some oil to the rice so you get some crust. but there's enough oil coming from the Chinese sausage and the preserved pork. So now we just add about 4 ounces of chicken. So just put the chicken on top there. Now we're going to cover the clay pot again with the lid and continue to cook. Cooking time roughly is about 7 or 8 minutes. So the total cooking time, it's about 24 minutes. So we'll just check to make sure the chicken is cooked all the way through. So just make sure you spread it out. It's a little bit raw on the edges there, but pretty well done. So I'm just going to poke a few more holes in there. And I'm going to shut off the heat and just let it steam for another minute. It's been another couple minutes now. So we'll just check the rice again. We're just going to check the chicken again here. The chicken is cooked all the way through. So we're just going to add some sweet dark soy sauce. Just put about a tablespoon in there, or maybe a tablespoon and a half. Put some green onions on top. So there you have it. Chicken with sticky rice clay pot. Enjoy.